Good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us here at 7 o'clock on your Thursday. Today is November 14th. I'm Caitlin Francis.
And I'm Caitlin Nuclo. You're watching Eyewitness News here on the Wax. We appreciate that. Hey, let's get a quick check on your forecast before you head out the door. Meteorologist Scott Gagliardi is in with the details on this chilly morning. It's really downright cold.
Yeah, it's cold.
Not chilly.
This is the coldest it's been since March.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
So I've been back from Florida in April, so I haven't felt this in 3 years.
Welcome home.
Welcome home. This is what I remember, though.
Yeah.
Connecticut's cold in November.
Yeah.
We're not 70s and 80s.
Very unusual, right?
Very odd, but we'll take this. We'll have it today and tomorrow. Warm temperatures come in by this weekend, warmer, I should say. But for a change, we're finally below average. Temperatures out there right now in the 20s. A live look at Hartford. It's a beautiful start there. Check out that sunrise coming in. A few high, thin clouds. There's more clouds making their approach towards Connecticut, but once again, unfortunately, no rainfall expected. Down along the shoreline, it looks good as well. That sunrise coming in about 10 minutes ago. Temperatures out there, notice these are the air temperatures. 20s, 22 in Willimantic, 24 in Norwich, a couple 30s along the shoreline, but with a light breeze there. Notice the temperature, Brantford, New Haven, and Groton. When we put on that feels like temperature, air temperatures 30s, you're feeling about 10 degrees cooler than that. New Haven feeling like 24, Bridgeport 28, 22. Feeling like in Groton 21 in Norwich. There's still some elevated fire weather concerns. These likely increase to red flag warnings for tomorrow and on Saturday. We also have an astronomically high tide, so chance for some flooding right along the shoreline, about 1 foot to 2 feet later on this afternoon. Wind speeds are generally calm, up to 10 miles per hour along the shoreline, but farther west, there is a storm system approaching. Won't give us any rainfall, but there's a chance for rain in the 7-day forecast, very minor. I'll let you know when you can expect it, all coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Scott. Let's get you a check on those roads. Heading out the door here at 7:02. Majority of the state not looking bad. You can see those drive times are actually fairly normal for this time of morning. 95 southbound, New Haven to the George Washington Bridge, a 95-minute ride there, so just over an hour and a half, but we're crashing incident-free. Right now, no real significant construction work that's been set up. Most of that will pick up between about 8:30 and 9 o'clock this morning as we take a live look outside here. Again, the sun is a little deceiving. It's a cold start, so you want to make sure that you're warming up that car. You might have some frost on the windshield. Bundle up as you're heading out the door. Live look in Hartford. Things are very quiet through the capital city region here this morning. Moving along through Waterbury and along Route 9 and Middletown. Same in Meriden, 691 east and westbound. That's typically a spot where we see some of that construction pick up a little bit earlier. We'll monitor delays there as you get ready to head out the door a little bit later this morning. Let's quick check at your Connecticut Chevy First Alert traffic report driven by your Connecticut Chevy dealers. All right, time is now 7:03. We're following some breaking news that we've learned. There's an active FBI investigation happening right now in Portland. We just sent you a push notification about 10 minutes ago to your phones.
And Pinpoint News Tracker showing you exactly where this is happening. Penfield Hill Road, right near Fox Run Road. It's not clear right now exactly what the FBI is investigating. We do have a crew on the way to the scene right now. We're working to get you more information. We're also following developing news this morning out of Watertown. That's where crews faced an early morning fire.
Our Pinpoint News Tracker shows us where this all happened on Litchfield Road. And Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Marcy Jones has the latest details on what happened overnight.
We're learning more details about what exactly happened early this morning. Take a look at this photo. We know that the call came in around 2:25 this morning for a structure fire near 700 Litchfield Road. Crews from Watertown, Morris, and Bethlehem all responded with a tanker in addition to a utility truck. This was deemed, quote, a fully involved structure fire, and a defensive attack was taken. Litchfield Road was closed to traffic at Linkfield Road, but when the first responders cleared out and we can get a better look, we noticed that the house is atop a very steep, long, and unpaved driveway, which could have caused some challenges for those crews. Now, we know the crews worked for about 2 hours to extinguish the flames. We don't have any details right now if anybody was home, if there were any injuries reported, or what exactly caused this fire. As soon as we get any more information, we'll bring that to you. But for now, that's the latest. In Watertown, Marcy Jones, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Good news here for anyone catching a train this morning. Amtrak service between New Haven and New York City is back up and running again.
Service, as you might remember, was suspended for nearly a day after a transformer exploded in the Bronx Tuesday.
I mean, look at that video of the flames. Even though trains are moving again, Amtrak says customers should be prepared for some delays while everything is working to get back on track. Well, this morning, two parents facing charges after police say they found their young child with cocaine and fentanyl in their system.
Investigators say they found these two people, you see them here on your screen now, living with their child in deplorable conditions at a motel on the El Agrasso Turnpike in Windsor Locks.
They're both charged with risk of injury to a child and possession of a controlled substance. The child is now in state custody. Natural gas rates could shoot up for customers of Yankee Gas. The company serves more than 220,000 people in 85 communities across Connecticut.
The Eversource-owned utility company has requested a rate increase of more than 40% that would go into effect starting in the fall of 2025. Yankee Gas says the rate increase is driven by the investments the company has and will continue to make in the natural gas distribution system.
Michelle Trucone is heading toward another trial, which we now know will begin on March 11th.
This one for the contempt of court charge she picked up during her original trial, which, of course, connected to the disappearance and death of Jennifer Farber-Dulos.
Trucone was charged with contempt after being spotted looking at a sealed Dulos family document on her laptop during that trial.
Trucone serving a 20-year sentence for covering up the killing of Fotis Dulos' estranged wife.
Well, right now we're learning a teacher in Cheshire has resigned after a viral video ignited controversy in that town and beyond.
Police tell us this morning that they are dropping that investigation. That teacher won't be facing any charges. The superintendent says Annie Dunleavy, a special education teacher at Chapman Elementary School, resigned from her job effective immediately.
This comes after that Snapchat video was leaked on social media. It appeared to show Dunleavy threatening supporters of President-elect Donald Trump.
Well, this morning we are working to learn whether a former caretaker is out on bond after being charged with assault.
Police say a nonverbal woman with autism was trying to leave her room at a group home in Weathersfield when Kendra DeMudd tried to stop her and allegedly broke her nose.
DeMudd then turned herself into police yesterday. She's since been fired from that job at the group home along with one other employee.
Well, this morning the Secretary of the State is ordering a recount of the 8th Senate District.
During a partial recount, which happened in Torrington, as we told you about on Tuesday, State Senator Lisa Seminara picked up more votes. So she's now rescinded her concession in her race against Democrat Paul Honig, saying she only conceded based on the information available at that time.
We're still working to learn here when the new recount might take place, but because the district is made up of 11 towns, including Torrington, it could take a while to coordinate.
It's 7:08 here on your Thursday. We are learning Eastern Connecticut State University's dual enrollment program has grown 60% in just a year. That program now allows more than 700 high school students to earn college credit. The goal is to give those students a head start on their college education to hopefully save some money in the long run.
Well, happening today, Hartford Healthcare is teaming up with the American School for the Deaf to boost access for patients who are deaf or hard of hearing. The partnership adds a full-time American Sign Language medical interpreter to the Hartford Healthcare team, along with assisted listening devices and note takers to allow for better communication between patients and doctors. Officials will share more about the partnership at 12:30 this afternoon at the American School for the Deaf in West Hartford.
Happening today in Bloomfield, an Armed Forces Resource Fair for active duty and reserve members, along with veterans and Gold Star families. Military personnel are invited to meet with those resource groups like the Connecticut and U.S. Departments of Veterans Affairs, as well as the Department of Labor. You do not need to live in town to attend. This runs from 4:30 to 7:30, all at the Alvin and Beatrice Woods Human Services Center right on Park Avenue.
And this morning, we're expecting to hear who bought conspiracy theorist Alex Jones's Infowars media. His business went up for auction in a court-mandated sale.
Channel 3's Roger Suzanen live from the First Alert Desk, breaking everything down for us this morning.
Yeah, ladies, the big takeaway here is this means that Sandy Hook families could, of course, be a step closer to getting some of the money that Alex Jones owes them. But it's also possible that the new owner will continue to give Jones a platform to spew his controversial opinions. So Jones's old website and media company Infowars is being auctioned off as part of the $1.5 billion defamation case that you may remember Sandy Hook families won against Jones. The new owner, though, will be very, very important because Jones actually says that one of the bidders would allow him to continue to broadcast on Infowars and give him a platform there. Now, we could learn who this new owner is basically at any moment this morning. Of course, we'll keep you posted. Live at the First Alert Desk, I'm Roger, Suzanne, and Scott, over to you.
Thank you, Roger. As we get another check of your forecast, it's cold out there this morning, 20s for just about everybody. And even if your air temperature is in the 30s with a little bit of a breeze out there along the shoreline, it feels like the 20s. A live look outside in Windsor Locks. It's a pretty morning, 29 degrees there, light breeze out of the north-northeast at 3. First Alert Live radar, dry once again. Our almanac shows we're in a deficit since September 1st of over 9 inches. This month, over 1 inch and 3/10. We don't have any in the forecast. Clouds increase later on this afternoon. We're mostly cloudy. Those clear by tomorrow morning. Another storm system tries to make its way in farther from the north and east, but that once again comes in. It's not going to happen. We're not getting any rain at least in the next 7 or 8 days. Almanac for today, we're below average on all fronts. Even check out those temperatures right now. 24 in Norwich, 22 in Willimantic, and a couple low 30s along the shoreline. We'll time out the possibility of a shower next week, as well as the latest in the tropics. All that coming up in just a few minutes. Kate?
All right, thanks, Scott.